Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another reaction. This time around to a band I heard so much about, but actually never sat down to listen to them for some reason. It's Cattle Decapitation. And we're going to do the song Manufactured Extinct, kind of a weird name. Let's see what it's all about. Obviously, based on what I'm seeing here, this is a death metal band. You can tell by the logo of the band, and yet you can't tell what the fuck is written. With that being said, let's get into it and see what we got. If you're new to this channel, you're a fan of this band, be prepared. If I don't like it, I don't care if everybody in the world loves it, I will express my opinion, but I will do it politely. Let's get into it. I'm guessing with these photos, it has a lot to do with the idea that the things we've manufactured will end up killing us, like the plastic in there, that we start consuming plastic and everywhere because it's created so much waste in the world. I'm guessing that's the concept. Perhaps it has going to have something to do with the idea of the song Manufactured Instinct. Yeah, it's going to be brutal. Okay, so we got some brutal technical death metal going on here, right? I mean, technically, I think we all know that this band got it going on in terms of skills. Songwriting, though, and this is my problem with a lot of technical death metal, is that it's brutal as fuck. It's fast. It's really technical, but it doesn't really grab me. And I'm going to talk about myself personally. It doesn't really grab me. I really have to find the specific sound of something like Nile, especially with those whom the gods detest, where every single song captures me despite its speed and brutality. But it's too early to judge because the song really began for 1 minute. The first one was kind of a setup. So let's see how it develops and how it changes because I like that change up. Yeah, with that solo, I gotta say, there's a Carrie King fan, I'm sure. They were probably in love with Slayer with that chaotic solo. Yeah, I don't particularly connect with the song at all. I don't think it's bad, uh, but it just sounds like a mishmash of riffs, solos, and a showmanship of how good you are as a musician. But songwriting wise, there's nothing interesting going on for me. The vocals, the second vocals were kind of interesting. They sounded very different, and they did match the song, but it's just not emotionally striking me. It's like I don't want to convince myself that this is good. And I mean, when I say good, good for me personally, I don't want to try to convince myself. I know this band has a reputation, and I know this band is loved around the world. So who am I to say that it's bad? But for me personally, it's just kind of all over the place. There is no skillful songwriting for me personally, you know, or at least I should say interesting songwriting for me, where somebody else will find it interesting. Yeah. After old school death metal, there was a whole movement of these kinds of technical, brutal death metal bands that were just like trying to top and go further and heavier and faster and more and more and more and more and more. And it's just like, dude, like there's no need for that. One of the examples is actually a band I like now is Krysiun. They started so fucking fast. It was just like, why? Why you cannot play technically where you're playing that fast or have interesting songwriting. And as the albums went on, they actually slowed down and had introduced a lot more interesting songwriting. I tend to prefer something like Bolt Thrower, Immolation, Asphyx, Cannibal Corpse, Nile. I'm trying to think of other death metal bands that I enjoy. Atheist. I tend to enjoy bands like that. Whereas this kind of more brutal side, deathcore side, this all out like technical, I usually don't like. Although I like Aborted. I think Aborted is great because they have nice melody, and I think I really enjoy their songwriting. I think it just becomes so hyper specific for our taste when it comes to the more extreme metal music, where literally I'll say one thing and another one next to me will say something else, and both of us will be right in our own way. Uh, Perhaps it's not the best song to check out. I mean, this is what was suggested by you guys, but perhaps there's a better song to check out there. Let me know. Of course, you can let me know where you disagree with me, where you feel differently about this band, where perhaps the bands I compared it to, what I like more, you like this better. Just kind of let's have a conversation about it and see where it goes. And guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there and keep it metal.